What is up, guys? 301 and welcome to my live reaction and review for Shogeki no Soma, chapter 241, A Warrior's Honor. Alright, guys, so last week, unfortunately, we had to witness the loss of Megami. She lost 2-1 to Momo, the fifth seat of the Central Elite 10. And then we basically had the start or the continuation of the Soma Saito match. I'm super curious about how this is going to go down because it looks like, from what I remember from last week's chapter, Saito was pretty much on the verge of finishing his dish. And I've got a feeling that this week we're going to find out what Saito's dish is, and then next week we'll get Soma's dish. But anyway, let's just get straight into it, guys. I'm hyped. I know you guys are. Let's do this. Shogeki no Soma, keenly honed. So he does. So he don't refuse to draw steel first. Fine. I shout. Advance then. So it looks like he's drawing his blade. Alright, I need to zoom in a little bit, guys. Okay, there we go. The richness of the butter is concentrated in the steam rising from the dish salmon manure. The garlic and soy sauce exquisitely flavor the squid liver saute. A sublime blade in the plump effervescence of the soy sauce pickled salmon roe. These first-class ingredients are out in full force. A warrior's honor. That's Saito-sama Senpai's jewel butter seafood bowl for you. Dude, you're drooling. But it just looks so good. Allow me to taste thy steel. Soma Yukihira. Alright, so he's like, I've made one for you. I want you to make one for me as well. Okay. Interesting. Saito Senpai presents his dish. First, now then, just how delicious is it? So it looks like Anne's going in to taste it. I cut into the salmon, more steam comes out. My whole body's flushed with excitement. I'll take the topping and the rice together in one bite and... Okay. Well, each part of the dish looks unbelievably delicious. If they eat it all at once, they'll lose it for sure. So, I feel them. I can feel the waves on the breaking foam of the butter. The fisherman's sparkling catch rains gently down on the palate. Okay. I can't stop my chopsticks. Okay. The slowly roasted salmon, the slightly starchy wheat flour surrounding it, reacts with the butter permeating the dish and suffles it with a deep mellowedness. Sublime heat control rounds out this perfectly made manure sauce. The lightly butter fried squid liver and the meringue sauce. No matter how much I stuff my cheeks, I can't get enough. The saltiness and slight bitterness of the dish are elegantly tied together by the velvety butter. The soy pickled salmon roe has been dressed with the pomegranate and tonburi seeds. The butter brings these three ingredients together into harmonious synchrony. Their playful textures hide the uncourteous something of the roe. Okay, so the tonburi, the seeds of Basia scoparia, they have a bursting plump texture similar to roe. Okay. Despite the fact that he used butter with such abandon, the dish doesn't feel heavy. The secret to that lies in the Vanguard rice below the topping. Okay. In fact, this isn't Vanguard rice at all. He flavored the rice with orange and lemon juice. So that's why he was juicing all those oranges. Seafood is already rather fatty. Throwing butter on top of that will no doubt make it almost oppressive. So to create the sort of light, frolicking taste that can lift that oily heaviness. He elected to use orange juice, which possesses a different sort of elegant levity than does vinegar. Many traditional French dishes employ both butter and orange juice. He's gone as far as to make even the rice highlight the flavour of the butter. Okay, fair enough. And by pushing the butter to its limit, the seafood flavour also amplified beyond belief. Alright? This is almost like he's fighting with his body and soul in the blade he carries. The very picture of a warrior. Okay, so that's something that Saito very much is. Even against his match against Megashima, he allowed Megashima to use his tuna blade to cut the tuna. I thought Yukihira might just have the upper hand with this ingredient, but he's wringing out every last drop of the butter's potential. It's crazy. Butter normally doesn't have anything to do with sushi. Forsooth, my specialty is sushi, but that is precisely why I have been able to make such skillful use of this butter. Like, People often think that the quality of sushi rides solely on the quality of the fish used to make it. But one must not limit one's gaze, sir. The ingredients that support the star player from the shadows. The true brilliance of a fish's flavour is brought forth only through a delicate balance of sour and salt. Okay? This is not just for sushi. Pickles, carpaccio, aquapazzas, sautés in virtually all types of cuisine. Appropriately choosing accompanying ingredients are what truly make the sword of fish shine. Okay, fair enough. In other words, all possible accompanying ingredients are in my field of view. They all doth lie on my sphere of influence. He's not bluffing. No matter how skillful your preparation of a fish, it's the ingredients that accompany it that decide its fate. I can't believe he crammed that much strength into a mere seafood bowl. I hate to admit it, but that thing is probably unbelievably satisfying. That thing's a complete experience in a bowl. Where does that passion for fish spring from? Alright, so you got Ishiki kind of thinking here. Saito Senpai's family used to run a sushi place. It was small, but it was loved by its regulars and it was busy every day. Mum, I delivered those orders. Good work. Sorry for making you do all this, Soma. Chef, can I get Kohada next? Gotcha! His mother was the head chef. She raised him by herself while running the shop, and even managed to get him accepted into Totsuki. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a flashback into Saito's past. Soma, guess what? Mummy's got an apprenticeship at Shigarami Sushi. We'll have to close our place for a while, but I'll get to learn how to make much yummier sushi. Whoa, that's awesome, Mum! Maybe we'll get to make our own place into a respected restaurant too. Okay? Wow, I want to become a super cool sushi chef, just like my mum too. Sumo Saito's mother was his hero. Dreaming of the day that he'd be able to run the family restaurant with his mother, he devoted himself to his studies. But tough days were all that awaited his mother. The artisans took pride in dragging her over the coals. Okay. They subscribed wholesale to the idea that women were not to be allowed within a kitchen's sacred walls. Leave alone preparing the fish, they didn't even let her touch the rice. She was tasked with doing odd jobs outside the kitchen. She took it all on with a smile and worked from morning till night, but she eventually reached her limit. No one besides his ill mother possessed the know-how to run Some's family restaurant. And though he was but 15 at the time, Some Saito made a decision to protect their restaurant. He'd stay behind the counter himself. I'm so sorry for making you go through all of this. Mother, just hang on for a bit longer. I promise you, I'll get the daimyo to taste my food. I'll support this family. Don't worry, Mum. I'll protect our restaurant. Alright, so it looks like pretty much she got an apprenticeship and then basically got worked to the bone and literally got taught nothing. Oh, look. There really is some little middle schooler standing behind the counter. My oh my, if it isn't Shigarami's. He's definitely probably the only thing professional about him. We couldn't care less that you go to Totsuki. We'll never acknowledge you. The fact that a kid like you has the nerves to stand behind the counter is presumptuous as hell. There's no way some middle school could ever make real sushi. So it looks like he's made something that's sparkling. So cleave! So he's cleaved them all. Well, remember you. The fact that you went against us means that you've made enemies of the whole world of sushi. There's no way you'll be able to make a living in this industry. Carving his way through tumultuous times is a warrior's honor. I'll turn this world upside down. So this is where his passion, his drive, and everything comes from. That's him. The one they say destroyed Shigarami. How dare he waltz in here? We'll never let you into the associated metering. Go home, kid. Don't tell me a middle schooler thinks he can enter this storied competition. Think you can make your homework sushi properly? So they're all laughing at him. So you're that kid I've heard is trying to take down all the artisans. I don't negotiate with young whippersnappers that can't respect their elders. Come back after you learn how to make real sushi. Alright, so he's literally just copping it left, right, and center. Alright, so he's just literally slicing through the competition, slicing through all of them. I see. He's clawed his way up it on his own, with just the weapon of fish by his side. Fish is undoubtedly his greatest pride. His ethos permeates even the butter seafood bowl. The fish are his blades. The butter is the scabbard that allows them to be drawn smoothly. Their flavor together is like Iadio of the plate. All who taste it, all who fall before its edge, okay, are scattered. Ooh, alright. So literally, they're just showing how good he really is. And we already know this. Yeah, that's Saito Senpai for you. The judges have been cleaved in two. Soma-kun, what should we do? His enemies used the butter to 100% of its potential. Can he even win against a dish like that? This might be bad. Faced with a strong enemy, what will Soma do? Ooh, I think this is the first time ever, in my opinion, that I've seen where Soma is actually legit worried. Like, look, let's see. He's taken on Aizen. He wasn't worried about Aizen, and he beat Aizen pretty comfortably. So that was the 9th seed. He beat Aizen. Against Kinokuni's 7th seed, no, the 6th seed, he wasn't really too fussed either. But now that he's got Saito, the 4th seed, alright? No, Saito's the 3rd seed, sorry, my bad. He's the 3rd seed. I kept mixing that up. This is the first time, like even when Soma took on Tsukasa, the first seed, yeah, he got beaten quite comfortably. He wasn't really fazed, but I think this is the first time where Soma's actually feeling the pressure, because it feels like Saito, I feel like Kinokuni went into the contest kind of underestimating him, and kind of just letting, figuring, yeah, I got this, there's no way he can beat us. There's no way he can beat me. Saito has gone in and he's given it his all. because Saito's come from a similar spot as Soma. So the way I look at this is a good thing for Soma, because this is like, wait, this guy's come from where I was. You know, he's come from a little restaurant that was run by him and his mum, and he did everything he could to save it. Obviously, his dad, Soma's dad, is a lot better off because he's a former second seat and everything. But Saito has fought and fought and fought. So I think Soma's starting to realize, wait, there's a lot more going on here. He's not like, you know, a lot of the other people who have only just cooked here or won, you know, awards or yada, yada, yada. No. There's more going on here. So it's going to be interesting to see what will Soma do. I don't think Soma will lose. That's my thing, because I think the final fight is going to come down to Tsukasa and Soma. I think that's going to be the final match, basically. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm kind of seeing as this is going down, because he's taken on the 6th seed, beaten the 6th seed comfortably. He beat a 3-0. That's no disrespect to Kinokuni. He beat a 3-0. I think this one, it's going to be like a 2-1. Because you have to remember, Saito is the 3rd seat, right? There's only 2 students in the entire school that are better than him, and that is Rindo and Tsukasa. And we both know how insanely good they are, right? When I say insanely good, we know Tsukasa is in a whole new league himself. The question is going to be, who's going to take on Rindo? Who's going to take on Tsukasa? That's the real big questions, right? I'm actually really, really curious, because if Soma does manage to defeat Saito here, then from memory, the only ones left are Momo, Tsukasa, and Rindo. So that means those 3 will compete, while we still have Takumi, Soma still at this point, Ishiki, and Erina. Erina has not battled yet. She has not battled in a Shogeki yet. So that's just saying, alright, we got one person who's completely and totally fresh, as well as Ishiki, who hasn't battled at all today. Right, so we got 2 former Elite 10s, one who's the 7th seed, and the former 10th, the former 7th, and the former 10th seed. Still fresh, ready to go. We got Takumi, who's just finished his battle against Aizen, and he pretty much took Aizen to cleaners. I think Soma's not going to compete in the next one. Alright? The only reason I say that is because I don't see Soma actually competing in the next one. I think he's going to be a bit worn out because of this match against Saito. So that's what I'm thinking is going to go down. I think Soma is going to come up with something simple that's going to get him just the edge, just to beat Saito. That's going to be a question, but what is it? We're going to have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, that is all for me. I should probably let you know of the score. Overall, for this chapter, I really enjoyed this chapter. It's basically set up a very interesting climax. How's this going to come down? Currently, it's 1-1. Takumi's destroyed Etsuya, or Aizen. Momo just beat Megumi. And when I say just, I mean just. And now we're going to find out who's going to win our Saito and Soma. That's going to be the climax. Who's going to come out of this with the 2-1, right? I don't think it's going to be a 3-0. I don't see that happening. I can't see that happening. I think Soma is too good a chef to go down 3-0, maybe 2-1. But at the same time, I don't see Soma losing. But anyway, guys, overall for this chapter, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. Solid chapter. We've got some good progression. Basically finding out what Saito's dish is. It's been heavily, heavily praised. We've got a bit of a flashback into Saito's past, where he's come from, how he's managed to get there. And I think, if anything, that's going to be an incentive to Soma to say, look, if he's gotten there to the 13th, then so can I. Right? And I still think the Rebels are still in a very good spot. And saying all of that, that's why I'm giving it 3.5. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that is all for me. Let me know in that comment section below. What do you think is going to go down? Do you think Soma's actually going to win this match? Or do you think he's going to lose? Let me know in that comment section below. And as always, guys, smash that thumbs up. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It's completely and totally free. And we all like that free shit. And as always, guys, I'm Free01. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you guys with another live reaction and review. Peace.
Run away!